a classic man. You can be mean when you look this clean, I'm a classic man.
For those who need an introduction, Jidenna is an American recording artist and record producer whose African roots are in the Igbo tribe of Nigeria. The young man, born in May '85, graduated with his BA in Ritualistic Arts from Stanford University in 2008, and his flair for the artistic has led his step since. We caught up with the classic man shortly after his debut release for The Chief at the Sony Music offices in Johannesburg.
I don't make a distinction between style and music and any other art form. It's just, you know, I'm a creative, so we are a creative generation, I believe, as a whole. So I'd say that, if anything, they're parallel. You know, as my clothes change, so does my music. Even if I'm wearing a wood brim hat, it just means that maybe I'll put a new sound, a wooden percussion sound in the music, you know, that I'm making today. Well, I think the first thing that I got from Nigeria was the idea of, you know, some people say sartorial fashion, meaning you make your own clothes, your bespoke attire. And right nowadays, you think that that's something that somebody might do because they're so uptight and stuck up and they're wealthy. But in fact, it's in Nigeria, from the poor to the rich, you'll see people designing their own clothes, at very least for weddings and funerals. So that's the first thing. Because I grew up in a Nigerian household, then I started, you know, I was aware of that lifestyle. The Ankara fabric that we have, these fabrics I knew would showcase the African aesthetic and broadcast it very easily to the world. I knew it was important, especially as a US-based artist, to broadcast that to the world so people knew, you know, what time it was. It was Africa's time.
And a little bit more.
I actually have to do that. It's completely natural. I was doing it before Classic Man. I was organizing in the streets, I was marching, I was protesting, I was working in the system, outside the system. I don't know another way to do it, honestly. I think the most important thing is to not lose sight of a vision that you and a group of people create together and not react to everything else. I can't react just to a president. I'm not protesting against a president. When I was younger, I used to think like that. Very reactive, resistance, revolution, all reactive terms. Now I'm proactive and progressive, and I'm aggressive about being progressive. So now I think that we need to create a dream for the African diaspora and imagine a new civilization. Imagine a world, maybe my village back home can have Wi-Fi in it. Maybe I can take a light bulb and plug it into the soil and it works. Just like Tesla did that 100 years ago. We can't do it now. We can't be thinking about railroads in Ethiopia. We should have a hyperloop, fast, just zoom. 35 minutes between Joburg and Marrakesh. That's the type of mind we have to have now. This is why I do music. My influences they did this. Fela, Bob Marley, like Tupac Shakur, these are my predecessors. When the history books are written, my name will be next to those people.
Cockroaches in the direction.
I think the Bambi record will be, as I'm actually working on the next project, just here and there as I travel. Bambi will be one of the records I studied to learn the pieces, because it actually takes West African guitar, a high-life guitar, and I took a little sample from this old song, and it was from the 1960s, when most African countries were experiencing the first taste of independence. So there's like little tricks. It's like putting a spice in the production. And then we put trap drums on it, and I rapped a little bit, but the singing came definitely from influences of Nat King Cole and Bob Marley. I'd say Fela. And then of course, you know, when I was a kid, Michael Jackson. But all these people, they have a common theme. Maybe not Nat King Cole, but definitely Bob, Fela, Michael Jackson. They spoke to the world. They cared about a greater, they didn't care just about themselves. Could you say some of them might be self-centered or have a messianic complex? Sure. I think every artist to a certain degree has that. But they spoke to something greater. And I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for humanity. I devote my life to it, and specifically the African diaspora. Success is loving what you do. Honestly, it's nothing more. It's not even being recognized. You know, I was successful before Classic Man. I was just successful because I believe I care about people. I care about the things I do, and in general, I just love life, man. I'm a big kid with an old soul. I mean, I have so much more to do on planet Earth. You know, this is nothing, man. This is like the prologue to the book.
Long little chief. Yeah, watch pretty mama while I slang my cane.
What's up, y'all? This is Jidenna, aka the Classic Man, and you are watching ReelAfrican.